Hey, what is up, guys? Tyler here with Secureteam. Today, we're going to do things a little bit different. Well, first of all, for those of you who don't know, yesterday, depending on where you are, I'm getting this video up a little late, but today marked the 31st anniversary since the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster back in 1986. And for those of you who don't remember this, or if you weren't born then, of course, many of you know that we, once upon a time, would regularly send up space shuttles and have space shuttle missions. Well, back in 1986, we had the Space Shuttle Challenger. And on January 28th, 1986, after just 73 seconds into its launch, the Space Shuttle Challenger broke apart, killing all 7 crew members on board. You're seeing footage from that here. The spacecraft disintegrated over the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Cape Canaveral, Florida, and it was found that the disintegration of the vehicle began after an O-ring seal in the right solid rocket booster failed at liftoff. Having not been designed to fly under unusually cold conditions as in this launch, its failure caused a breach in the SRB joint that it sealed, allowing pressurized burning gas from within the solid rocket motor to reach the outside and impinge upon the adjacent SRB joint, and thus the external fuel tank. This, of course, led to the separation of the joint attachment and the structural failure of the external tank, finally leaving aerodynamic forces to break up the rest of the shuttle orbiter. Now, earlier on Twitter today, I made a special post about this, both on Facebook and Twitter. I posted a picture of the 7 astronauts who died that day and, wrote a simple RIP to the crew members of the Space Shuttle Challenger. And, of course, within moments, and mixed in with most of the other people who were giving their condolences for the dead astronauts, of course, there were a couple people who apparently, and I guess I didn't really realize this, but there seems to be a certain subgroup of people out there who flat out claim that the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster was some sort of hoax, and that the 7 crew members actually aren't dead at all, and that it was all just a ruse, and in fact, all 7 of them are actually still alive and well today. So I said, I'll bite, got into a conversation with someone who had basically said that yes, this was just a hoax. Oh, they're all alive and well. In fact, not only are they alive, but they've actually, most of the crew members have actually been located, living today. In fact, we have pictures of them today that prove that they're still alive. In fact, many of them are still using the same name. To which I said, So of course, I did some digging, and apparently there's been this long-standing conspiracy that, apparently I guess the Challenger did explode, so I guess we can all agree on that. That wasn't a hoax as well. We really did watch the Challenger explode that day, but according to the conspiracy, the 7 astronauts apparently somehow made it back to Earth alive, or were found floating in the ocean on a part of the spacecraft that didn't actually disintegrate. And then apparently NASA covered up the fact that they were still alive and told the public that they were dead. So just to pause right here, hopefully I don't have to tell you guys how logically retarded this sounds. And as I did a little bit more digging, I found out that basically this whole conspiracy is based on the fact that a bunch of people scoured the internet and they tried to find people that looked similar to the crew members of the space shuttle. And they've used this to say, hey look, these people look like the crew members, so they must have been alive. But of course, on further inspection, you find out that while similar in some aspects, many of these people that they're claiming to be the crew members have different teeth, different noses, different ears, and have had their backgrounds traced back all the way to the shuttle disaster and were found to be on different parts of the continent when the shuttle exploded. I further found out that this whole Space Shuttle Challenger hoax conspiracy is also connected to the Flat Earth conspiracy, as well as the belief that we have never been to space. And no, I'm not joking. And many of you have seen this. I mean, there is another growing subgroup of people on YouTube and in the world who have sadly regressed into this ancient belief that the Earth is flat, and as if that weren't crazy enough, but that also we have never been to space and that we cannot leave Earth. So all of the hundreds of space shuttle missions, the ISS missions, the spacewalks, the Apollo missions, the Mercury missions, and for that matter, all of the other missions launched by the various international space agencies that have nothing to do with NASA, apparently are all colluding together to fake out the world. So again, once you get into flat Earth and this and that, you start to lose me, because it's just, my point here is there are conspiracies out there that are flat out incorrect. Now, that is not to say that NASA has not been caught lying, or that there are mysterious things about space that we have not been told. On the other hand, not everything is a hoax, cover-up, false flag, and, you really have to watch yourself, because, it gets to a point where some people just start to see conspiracies everywhere. And especially when you're doing this research, you really have to stay focused. And although we have uncovered much deception in this field of research, that does not in fact mean that everything is a cover-up, and not everyone is secretly colluding with each other to fool the people of planet Earth. So, again, I say, rest in peace to the 7 crew members who passed away that day. And for the remaining portion of this video, I'm just gonna sit back, stop talking for once. I'm sure you guys will love that. And I'm gonna let you see some more of my very favorite film and video footage captured in space from the various space shuttle missions, along with other missions, some of the most anomalous activity happening during said missions, and that has continued to occur since. So without further ado, hope you guys enjoy the video, and as always, be sure to like, share, and subscribe on your way out. I'd really appreciate it. So sit back and enjoy.